Yo, Beeful.
What's up, YouTube? It's Beeful FleX, and I got a question from somebody. Somebody commented this on the video. Spidey, you know who you are. He commented this. Bro, I'm so inspired by you. I appreciate that. I understood what you explained here, but I still have a question. When I see other videos about doing push-ups every day, they say that's a bad idea. They say you should do it on alternate days and have rest days in between. Now, I don't know which to follow. Initially, I started following you, did push-ups every day. Then these videos saying you need to give rest period for your muscles to grow confused me. And then he asked me to kind of make a video about this topic. So I thought I'd explain this, right? When I dropped my video about calisthenics, saying calisthenics works, I didn't drop it to tell you guys to do that training routine, right? That training plan is not going to help you guys as much as something else could. Okay, that training plan, you have to understand, I was 14 at the time. I started training upper body at 12, but I wasn't actually consistent. It was just like bouts of training, and I only took it seriously when I was 14, but I still didn't have an understanding of training. So I didn't have a thorough understanding. Guys, you have to understand, at that age, when it came to sprinting, I used to get injured a lot, because whenever I didn't get as fast as I wanted to be, if I ran a race and somebody beat me, I'd go back home, and for example, I was training, let's say Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'd go back home and say, okay, cool, let me train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and maybe Saturday, rest Sunday, right? And then I'd race and someone would beat me again. I'd be like, oh, snap, cool. Let me train Monday morning and Monday evening, Tuesday morning, Tuesday evening, eventually deteriorate my body. So I didn't understand the concept of rest. So do not base any training based off what I did when I was younger. However, my point in the video was basically saying calisthenics works, because strangely enough, people genuinely believe that you can't build muscle with calisthenics. This is crazy to me, right? I can't understand why people don't believe it at this point. Like, I do understand that most people who don't believe it are genuinely just, not to be disrespectful, but let's just say misinformed, right? Like, they're borderline dumb, right? Because just the concept, it just doesn't make sense to me, right? Like, I get constant comments. If I post something on TikTok, right, people will say to me like, oh, you can't have built that physique with just calisthenics, right? And I'm like, all right, fair dues, I lift weights every now and again, and I have in the past as well. However, calisthenics, that wouldn't change the muscle building ability, right? When I go to the gym, I see a bunch of people benching, and these people's arms are like the size of my arms when I was probably 12, right? Like, they're benching all the time, they're doing flies and stuff like that. Obviously, I guess that's for your chest, but you know what I mean? A tricep extension, stuff like that, curling, it doesn't change anything. What changes is how effective you are with what you're training, right? Like how frequently you're training, what the intensity is, the volume, and yada yada yada, right? So the method doesn't matter. So that was the aim of the video. Now, as for this, you're asking about rest periods. I want to say, you want to rest, you want to at least give 48 hours of rest. So there's one way, if you want to structure it similar to how I trained when I was young, is in like a similar kind of high frequency kind of training. I would do 1 day on, 1 day off. So not based off Monday to Sunday, but kind of doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday, that kind of thing, right? That's a very effective split, as long as you don't go too intense and you don't have too much volume. You can go intense but then decrease the volume, or the other way around, right? That's what I recommend. Or you could alternatively do 5 days a week and 2 days rest. However, you cannot go ham. The volume needs to be very low, or the intensity needs to be very low, right? That's another way you can train that way. Although I do recommend, personally, my recommendation is training 3 times a week per muscle group, doing Monday, for example, Wednesday and Friday for, let's say, upper body or push or whatever, and then having 1 light session in between. Does that make any sense? So 3 sessions with 1 light session in between. 2 intense sessions, 1 light session. That's my recommendation. Obviously, one of the intense sessions is going to be harder than the other one. That's my recommendation. If not, just 2 sessions a week, although I don't think that's the best. That's just my personal opinion. On top of that, I want to say, do not simply do push-ups. I've got another comment. I can't remember where the comment is. I can't find it. There was a comment which was asking about how many push-ups to do a day to get my physique at 15. There's no specific push-up number, for one. I realized now, I didn't when I was younger. I thought the more reps you can do, the better, right? I was doing crazy amounts of push-ups. When I couldn't do, if my form failed, I would start doing half reps or quarter reps until I got to the number. Now looking back, I'm realizing, of course, the number doesn't matter, it's the quality. So it doesn't matter how many reps you do, as long as you got high quality reps. So as long as you focus on the muscle contraction. So at a point where I would say, when I was like 17, I was like, when I started training again, I was, let's say, doing 80, not immediately after training for a little bit, I was doing like, let's say 80 push-ups in a set, right? And then I stopped. I said, you know what? Nah, let me focus more on the contraction. And I would squeeze at the top. Guys, I wasn't doing more than 10. Going all the way down, squeezing at the top and holding the squeeze for like 3 seconds. I wasn't doing more than 10. It burnt too much. So I understand that high quality reps matter more. So do not chase a number, chase quality. All right. So chase, making sure, obviously sets, you can chase the number of sets, but make sure the quality of your reps is what matters, not the number of your reps. So sets, yes, not reps. Also, finally, a final point, do not train only your push muscle. So yet again, I was uninformed. Back then, I would watch like TV, right? And you'd see a cartoon, someone want to get strong, and what would they do? They would do push-ups or they would do bench press. You never really saw people do pull-ups, right? Goku never does pull-ups. Vegeta doesn't do pull-ups. Saitama doesn't do pull-ups. Rock Lee never did pull-ups. And also when you think about prisoners, you think about people doing push-ups, right? You don't really think about pull-ups. So I always knew push-ups was a good exercise. So I didn't train my pulling muscles properly. Every now and again, I'd be at the gym, or I'd be at a park and I'd do some chin-ups. I never really understood training pull as well. So do not simply train push-ups, train pull as well, okay? I keep saying this. You want to do horizontal push, horizontal pull, vertical push, and vertical pull. And by vertical, I'm talking about overhead or top down. You can do under the body, right? Pushing top down, like push wise, and pulling bottom up, but they're not as essential as those first 4 I mentioned. So horizontal push, horizontal pull, vertical push, and vertical pull as well. So make sure you train those. You can either do a split like push pull, or push pull, push pull, push pull. You could do push off your leg muscles as well. Does that make any sense? Or kind of train your pulling leg muscles a bit differently, but I wouldn't really recommend that. You could do that, or you could do what I'm actually doing now, change my training plan a little bit. I'm doing upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body. So you could do stuff like that. And I'm doing that making sure that I hit my muscle groups 3 times a week. So that's it. I hope this answers your question. If you do not know how to structure your training plans and you want a training plan based off my personal training experience and my knowledge, check out the link in my description box below for my Cali Starter, my calisthenics, and my gravity chamber workout plans. These are workout plans based off what I believe is the best training method. If you can't afford it, don't worry. I've got tons of free advice on my YouTube. Anyway, that being said, it's FleX, and I'm out.